As a horse grows and develops, his back changes shape from month to month. As a horse moves, his back changes shape from moment to moment. And that, in a nutshell, is the big challenge in saddle design. For more than 20 years, saddle maker Letitia Glenn has been on a quest to meet that challenge. I caught up with her at a Dave Ellis riding clinic at Horse Spirit Ranch in Southern California. Letitia, I've seen a lot of saddle trees. I've never seen one quite like this.
The original trees from days of old were wood covered with rawhide, and then wood covered with fiberglass, like these two segments of this tree were very popular. And we still make some of those in certain saddles. For instance, if a heavy-duty roper is going to be roping big animals and dragging them to the fire all day, he doesn't need flex of any sort.
Oh, this flexes.
This flexes. This compound itself was quite the investment.
What was so hard about making that?
It has to be injection molded. It has to hold properties that don't deteriorate. It can't be too flexible so that when the horse's body heat warms it, it caves in the center. You need the weight distribution factor. It has to be just flexible enough that you can feel your horse's movement and your horse can enjoy the relief. And it can't be too stiff so that the screws pull out as it flexes.
What does it mean to the horse to have a flexible tree?
Well, can you imagine if you were an expanding series of dynamic shapes, bulging, flexing, straightening, shortening, snaking spine? Can you imagine what it would feel like if the saddle moved with you at least just a little bit? You notice how thin this is. That gets you very close to your horse, so the two of you can move in harmony. And then what you feel as a rider, you can get in the rhythm of your horse's hips. You really can feel it.
Now, what does it look like when you're all done?
Well, it's layers and layers, depending upon the style of the saddle, that whatever you choose on top. The shape of your cantle. The cantle is cut at an angle that we have learned is the important angle for a cantle to be cut, to hold these flexible bars at the correct attitude and angle for your horse's moving back, so that it will not change shape too much as the horse moves.
I've heard of other flexible trees. How is this one different?
This tree is shaped the way horses told us over many evolutionary steps.
They told you.
Prototypes. They told us in subtle ways, their facial expression, their body carriage, all sorts of ways of going. We had a vast pool of guinea pigs who would help us with these tests. We will not make a tree any narrower than approximately 10 degrees wider than full quarter horse bars.
Oh.
And that
sounds big.
That sounds big. Our super wide is more like 20 degrees wider than full quarter horse bars. Now that's not just a matter of simply flaring them or setting them apart wider. This is the bar region. There are a lot of subtle angles and attitudes that we learned help the horse function better mechanically.
It seems like he'd be kind of flopping all around.
I know, it does.
Too loose or something, but that's not the case.
You're absolutely right. The interface, managing that space between the saddle and the horse is important. If we're going to build something that is large enough for the horse's dynamic, bulging body, we have to make sure that it doesn't fit him snugly when he's standing still.
It might seem loose just standing there, but when he starts moving, it fills it out.
He fills it out, and if the interface is designed just properly with the right consistency of materials, and we always believe in tucking one shim at least behind the scapula's maximum backswing point, or right sort of at it, and that relieves pressure off the working shoulder.
That shim goes in the pad.
That goes inside the pad.
Is this going to be a cutting
This is going to
saddle?
be a cutter.
What other models can you make?
We currently make 19 standard models, and they're everything from basic trail saddles. Our performer has buck rolls here. Then we make saddles without buck rolls for trail and general purpose riding, and then we have specialized sport tools for cutting, reining, ranch versatility.
Why did you go to all this trouble?
We went to all of this trouble because years ago we heard the concepts that if horses and riders each had habits and skills that enabled them to communicate well and partner together effectively, both sides would be happy and have a good time.